Well, nice to know we won't go 0-17. Lions finally get that first victory against the Minnesota Vikings last week. Definitely a thriller. We played them close the first time. Both games came right down to the wire. They beat us with a field goal to end the game. We beat them with a touchdown pass from Jared Goff. The rest is history. Going on to this next week, got the Denver Broncos coming up. It's definitely an interesting matchup to look at on a lot of ways because I feel like, especially offensively with both of these teams, you see a lot of inconsistency. So it's kind of like, what are you going to get from both of these offenses? I think starting with Denver, I think the thing that is probably the most consistent thing about them, and kind of with the Lions as well, I think consistently you see the run game for both teams. I think what comes into question really comes down to the quarterback play or even the play calling on what they're trying to do as far as passing the ball. I feel like that's where things are really inconsistent for both of these teams. So I believe, honestly, it's going to come down to which team can throw the ball better when they go throw the ball, because I think both teams are going to have some success running the football, and I think that's what a lot of what the coaching staff on both sides are going to try to do, try and set up the pass game off of what happens with the run game. But I think whichever quarterback is able to make more throws to the receivers that are out there is ultimately going to end up winning this game. So going on to the defensive side, with that said, I think as far as bringing like good blitz packages, and while we're blitzing from the Lions standpoint, you want to try and get to the quarterback as you're trying to stop the run. So try and keep the quarterback contained, because we know Teddy, he can move around a little bit. I mean, he's not one of those guys who tries to scramble a lot, but when he gets out to the edge, he can definitely make a couple moves, as far as throwing and even running. So you definitely want to watch out for that. So, and on the flip side for the Lions, I think just trying to establish the run like they've been doing in a couple of these good games. Like I'd even go back to the Steelers game. We ran the ball really well there. We had some decent runs last week as well. Like we just need to establish the run, and I think that's going to open up a lot of stuff. And I like that. I've been seeing Goff in that offense. We've been taking some shots downfield, which I've been saying all year. Like early on in the year, I mean, when we started off, you saw a couple throws here and there, but I feel like as the season progressed, we were seeing not many throws going downfield, and we saw some throws going downfield this last week, and I was really happy to see that. Now, hopefully that continues, because it just opens up that Lions offense that much more. And the same thing I think the Broncos are going to want to try and do on their offense as well. Then defensively, I think you're going to see like the same kind of game plan, try and stop the run as you're trying to get to the running back, you try and get to the quarterback as well, whether it be with your defensive front or, with a linebacker coming in with the blitz. So we're going to see how that plays out. I really do feel this is going to be a close game. I honestly wanted to pick the Lions had they been at home, but given that, it's kind of like it's in Denver, and I feel these teams are pretty close, and a lot of the stuff they want to do, I think Denver definitely has some better weapons as far as receivers and in that kind of regard. And as far as running back, I think they're pretty evened out. I mean, the Swift still won't be back for this game, but I like Denver's receivers more than what we've got. Even though some of our guys are starting to make some plays, I still like what Denver's got more, especially if they can get it going. And, being that they're going to be at home in the Mile High, they're used to the stadium, and, like being up in Denver, like the air and everything, I think that's definitely an advantage for the Denver Broncos. So given that it's so close, and I'm uncertain about like how each pass game is going to play out, because like I said, I think that's going to be a big factor on who's going to end up winning this game. But I'm going to give it to the home team, give it to Denver by anywhere from 3 to 7 points. I think this is going to be a close game, and it's going to be one of those I feel that will go right down to the wire. I'm hoping my Lions can pull this one out, maybe get another win. I mean, some people want to tank and get a higher draft pick, but at this point, but getting momentum towards the end of the season can also carry into the next season, and maybe they get a strong start. And I think there's a lot of guys in the draft the Lions can go for, because we got a lot of needs. So as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to see these guys win some more games. Lions fans, Broncos fans, let me know your thoughts. Who you got in this game? What do you think the keys to victory is for each side? And see you guys next week, and go Lions.